many decades, several R&B groups had to make the tough decision of replacing original members, from legendary acts that had to adapt to lineup changes to newer groups facing the same challenges. These shifts impacted their sound, their success, and their legacy. Whether it was due to creative differences, personal conflicts, or simply the passage of time, some of these groups managed to keep the music alive, sometimes even reaching new heights. We've all heard the stories about groups like En Vogue, The Temptations, and the Sugar Babes. I've also broken down the most notable example, that is Destiny's Child. In this video, I'm breaking down the stories behind 5 more groups and the transitions as faces changed. Pretty Ricky is an American R&B hip-hop group from Miami, Florida, that originally consisted of the 4 brothers Baby Blue, Spectacular, Slickum, and Pleasure P. As they declined in popularity, a lot of people didn't notice that the group saw several lineup changes, particularly in the lead singer position. The group's story begins in the mid-90s when they started performing together as a quartet managed by their father. In 2002, Pretty Ricky scored a local hit on Miami's Power 96 with their upbeat song Flossing. They also dropped an independent album. 2 years later, in 2004, their song Grind With Me was in popular demand on the radio station and became the most requested song in the station's history. That December, Atlantic Records co-chairman and COO Craig Kallman took note of their popularity during a live show and hosted an impromptu hotel audition, and that's how they landed a deal with the label. The single finally got an official commercial release in March 2005 and reached the top 10 in America. Their debut album Blue Stars debuted at number 16 on the US Billboard 200, and the second single Your Body was also a top 20 hit. That year, Pretty Ricky toured with other R&B acts on the Scream Tour 4 concert series. Their second release, Late Night Special, was dropped in 2007 and did even better than their first album. It debuted at number 1 on Billboard's album sales chart and included the hit singles On the Hotline and I Wanna See You Push It. But at the height of the group's success, their vocalist Pleasure P decided to part ways with the band to pursue a solo career, which turned out to be a success, albeit short-lived. After this, Pretty Ricky went through a revolving door of new members focused on filling the lead singer role. And it feels like every time they dropped new music, there was a new lead singer. Carl Moet Lovett was the first replacement and was recording music with the guys for their new album, 80s Babies. But he did not stick around too long. He was then replaced by Christopher Myers, known as Ambition or Foreplay when he was in the group. But he decided to quit Pretty Ricky, so he was then replaced by Manny Ramon de Anda, who went by Lingerie. Lingerie was formally introduced to fans on 106 & Park.
Get new to the fam. We don't know you, recognize you. Spectacular. You want to give us an introduction?
What's up, y'all? My name is Lingerie. I just want to thank all of y'all for just inviting me with open arms.
But fans were not happy to see the group moving forward without Pleasure P. Lingerie did vocals for their 3rd studio album, but after the project flopped, he parted ways with them. Afterwards, Pretty Ricky became frequent collaborators with singer Jay Long, and Pleasure P later returned to the band in 2015. TLC is one of the best-selling American girl groups ever. The group was formed in Atlanta, Georgia in 1990 and originally consisted of Tion T-Boz Watkins, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and Razonda Chili Thomas. A lot of people seem to forget that they had a temporary stand-in member after Left Eye's death. They achieved significant success in the 1990s and early 2000s with hit songs like No Scrubs, Waterfalls, Creep, and Unpretty. And they've also won numerous awards and accolades throughout their career. But after Lisa tragically died in a car accident in 2002, TLC faced an uncertain future. Despite the tragedy, T-Boz and Chili decided to continue as a duo and assured fans that they'd never replace their dearly departed member and aimed to honor her memory and contributions without attempting to replace her. They completed and released their 4th studio album 3D in 2002, which included contributions from Lisa with verses that were recorded before her death. But 3D failed to generate commercial success without Lisa, so Chili and Tion decided to take a hiatus, but they sometimes reunited for various projects and performances. In 2005, they announced their UPN reality competition series, Are You the Girl? On the show, Chili and T-Boz searched for a female performer to collaborate with them on a new song and perform live.
Then came tragedy. Our sister and bandmate Lisa Left Eye Lopez died in a car accident while she was visiting Honduras. I miss Lisa all the time. It just reminds me of all the things that we've done together and why TLC was so important and always will be important in my life and in my heart.
Lisa will never, ever be replaced. That was our sister. I miss her a whole lot. I really do.
2 years ago, we said goodbye to Lisa with a tribute concert, and we haven't performed since.
We love you! We love you, Left Eye!
But time passes and life moves on.
Love you, Mommy.
I love you too. And now, we want to get back to what we love. So now we're holding auditions and seeing girls who want to follow in our footsteps.
Our goal has always been to inspire women around the world and give back to the fans who have given us so much. We wanted to offer one special girl a chance to showcase her talent, invite her to sing on our upcoming single,
and bring her on stage to perform with us live in a nationally televised concert.
After 9 episodes and many contestants, they chose Tiffany "Oh-So Crispy" Baker as the winner. Tiffany was a 20-year-old dancer, performer, and college student when she auditioned for the show.
So Crispy has a vibe that won't quit, and her rap style is so cute. I just had to see her.
Don't want to become a hypocrite, but still you contradict it. Like, whoa. My name is Tiffany, aka Oh-So Crispy. I am 20 years old. I currently live in Atlanta. And 1, 2, 3. No, 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 and no, he wasn't. I started my own company, and in that I teach professional dancers as well as raw talent that we just get off the street. No, you guys are not wrong. We're not together. That's the point. But I was right. TLC, like, they've always been my favorite group. They always set the trend. They were always different, and they always had a light around them that just made them different, and that's what attracted me to them. Oh, somebody told me that you did not know who So Crispy is, and I am here to introduce you. Like, whoa, check it. Now, before you came to Christ, you were considered unfound and lost. And before you stepped to him, hey, yo, he still died on the cross. But I'm gonna keep it real. I hope you feel that when you stick your trunk on bricks, there's no risk. Know that Jesus Christ heals. That's good. Thank you guys so much. Oh my God.
We knew you could do it though.
Thank you guys so much. I'm about to go pack my bags. Right now. You stay away so long, baby love. You like no other. You know I be missing you when you gone and out under my cover. But check this out. When I got you on my side, oh so crispy, it's like it came to ride. But I'ma tell you, don't take your love away because you be sorry, baby. I need you.
tell everybody why you think you deserve to be the girl.
I feel as though I deserve to be the girl because TLC has always stood for, you know, trend-setting, personality as individuals, and collectively as a group. These women are amazing. So since I want to be amazing too, I think that I should be the girl.
All right.
Oh, so crispy.
After winning the competition, Oh-So Crispy recorded a song titled I Bet with T-Boz and Chili and joined them for special performances. But she did not become a permanent member of TLC because the show Are You the Girl was only designed to find a collaborator. The show and the collaboration were meant to be a special tribute and a unique opportunity for a fan, not a permanent change to the group's lineup. Crispy began working as a choreographer and started her own dance company with the exposure she got. She was also co-hosting a morning show on Atlanta's Hot 107.9 and began releasing solo music. Her first single, Slumber Party, was released on June 24, 2008, and her full-length album, titled The Pink Album, was released on April 6, 2010. But sadly, her music career wasn't able to get off the ground, and we stopped hearing from her. Mindless Behavior was an American boy band that was formed in Los Angeles in 2008. The original lineup consisted of Prodigy, Rock Royal, Ray Ray, and Princeton. They were known for their pop and R&B music, energetic performances, and coordinated dance routines. The group gained popularity with their debut single My Girl in 2010 and their debut album Number One Girl in 2011. However, after only 2 albums, their main vocalist Prodigy left the group, and fans saw a few lineup changes after his departure.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are Mindless Behavior.
Mindless Behavior achieved success with their music and toured extensively, opening for artists like Justin Bieber and Janet Jackson. Prodigy provided majority of the vocals for the group, while the remaining 3 members sometimes rapped. In 2012, the group headlined their first and largest US tour. Mindless Behavior began their small hiatus from performing when the Number One Girl tour ended and worked on some other projects in between before getting back to work on their second album. They released their long-awaited sophomore project titled All Around the World on March 12, 2013 and scored their biggest sales week ever. But the overall sales failed to match that of Number One Girl. This sophomore album era is when fans started noticing that Prodigy was a little distant from the rest of the members. In September 2013, he was noticeably absent from performances and appearances. His mother made the shocking announcement that he would no longer be in the group. His departure was attributed to personal and professional differences. By March 2014, the group had welcomed 16-year-old Elijah Johnson as the newest member and lead vocalist of Mindless Behavior. He was previously a Kids Bop singer and played young Simba in the Disney Broadway production of The Lion King. That year, Rock Royal had a number of run-ins with the law and bad press, so he was dismissed from the group. Prodigy returned to the lineup a month later after the firing to everyone's surprise, and Mindless Behavior continued to do small shows here and there before he quit for a final time. Ray eventually left the group, and Mike River was added to the Mindless Behavior lineup. But this group would never be the same after the fallout. Years later, Prodigy revealed all the shady behind-the-scenes drama and the real reason for his short return. He says management just used him as a placeholder to distract fans and cover up Rock's legal troubles until they could replace him. He also says he got tired of being overworked and singing all the vocals. The other members also came forward years later with other allegations, and all of these issues kinda ruined Mindless Behavior's legacy for fans. And since we're on the topic of Mindless Behavior, let's talk about the OMG Girls who were a part of that era. The OMG Girls, short for Officially Misguided, was an American girl group formed in 2009. They were known for their colorful and trendy fashion sense, and low-key for being Nepo babies. The original lineup included Zanique Star Pullings, the daughter of Tamika Tiny Harris of Escape and stepdaughter of rapper T.I., sisters Beja Beauty and Lourdes Lolo Rodriguez, daughters of Shamra Rodriguez. Beja's father is also Jonathan Rasborough, one of the founding members of the 90s R&B group Silk, and Reginae Baby Carter, the daughter of Toya Wright and Lil Wayne. All of their mothers were good friends, and Tiny created the group in 2009 and also served as their manager and producer with a little help from her friend Candy Burris. Reginae and Lourdes were the rappers of the group, while Zanique and Beja were the singers. Their first single, Ain't Nobody, was released in 2009, and the girls did performances at showcases across the country.
Our next guests are looking to break into the music biz with a smash hit that's already catching fire. And here with us this morning, the OMG Girls.
Well, my mom is Tiny, and my stepdad is T.I., and they both influenced me a lot in the music because they're really good at it, and they're like always telling me great advice and giving us all advice together, and it's like great to have them.
Yeah.
You already know.
Hey, low.
That summer, they were involved in a bit of controversy when they came out on stage during Young Money's performance of their vulgar and inappropriate hit single, Every Girl in the World, at the BET Awards. Their second single, Haters, was released in 2010, and the girls were featured on both BET's The Tiny and Toya Show and VH1's T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle. By this time, Reginae had left the group, and her mother Toya said it was to focus on school. OMG Girls landed themselves an internet hit when they remixed Soulja Boy's Pretty Boy Swag. By the end of the year, 11-year-old Lourdes had also left the group due to her young age, so the remaining 2 members continued to perform as a duo. In February 2011, Tiny announced the new member on Twitter, saying, "Hey fam, follow the newest OMG girl at Baby Doll. She's such a sweetheart and my new doll. Can't wait till you see the OMG girls now. 17-year-old Rihanna Baby Doll Womack had been sharing videos of herself dancing on YouTube, and that's how she was discovered. She became the newest rapper of the group, and the trio immediately got to work on music. They also won a chance to perform on the Back to School Scream Tour, and this brought them much needed exposure. In December, they signed a deal with Vince Herbert's Streamline label imprint under Interscope. On February 28, 2012, they released their breakout single Gucci This, Gucci That, and it charted on Billboard's R&B and Hip Hop Airplay chart for 10 weeks and also on the Hot R&B and Hip Hop Songs chart for 13 weeks. They wasted no time dropping their second single, Where the Boys At, that summer, and they joined Mindless Behavior on their all around the world headlining tour. OMG girls released single after single, but they all failed to gain momentum. So in 2014, they announced their disbandment. However, they all remained friends and released their own solo projects. In 2023 though, they got back together to finish their long-anticipated unfinished track, Loverboy, and they started making public appearances together. Right now, they're currently the opening act on Escape and SWV's Queens of R&B tour, and are actively releasing music. Then we have the fallout of 3LW, which was one of the first videos I ever made on this channel. 3LW, which stands for Three Little Women, was a trio that quickly gained popularity with their catchy tunes in the 2000s. The group was comprised of Adrienne Bailon, Notori Naughton, and Keely Williams. 3LW seemed destined for long-term success. However, internal conflicts and management issues led to their premature fallout. The group was formed by sisters Michelle and Teese Williams, who are relatives of Keely Williams. Keely was joined by Adrienne and Mickey, but the latter left the group and was replaced by Notori. Michelle and Teese managed the girls and also started their own label called 9 Lives Entertainment. 3LW broke out in the year 2000 with their debut single, No More, which was an instant hit. Their self-titled debut album, released later that year, went platinum and produced the other successful single, Playas Gon' Play. They quickly garnered a loyal fan base and were positioned as one of the leading girl groups of the time. Despite their early success, tensions within the group began to surface as they worked on their second album, A Girl Can Mac. Notori, in particular, began feeling like she was being marginalized. The public fallout got so nasty, with her accusing Keely and the managers of colorism, and there was even a violent altercation in 2002 that notoriously involved Kentucky Fried Chicken. Reports at the time also suggested that there were disagreements over the group's image and direction, and Notori felt that her voice and opinions were being sidelined by the group's management and the other members. She filed a lawsuit against them for lost income and being forced out the group. The incident was widely publicized and marked the beginning of the end for 3LW as the public knew them, and ultimately contributed to their downfall. Michelle and Teese were accused of fostering a competitive and toxic environment and prioritizing commercial success over the well-being and unity of the group.
Now let's bring out my next guest. It's been almost impossible to keep track of all the rumors and gossip surrounding 3LW lately. Here to clean up their side of the street is Keely and Adrienne from 3LW. When is that? Notori stated that while she was arguing with your mom, who's also your manager, that you threw a hot plate of Kentucky Fried Chicken in her face?
We feel silly even defending myself against a two-piece. It sounds crazy to us. It really sounds crazy, but first of all,
after Notori's departure, 3LW attempted to continue as a duo while they held open auditions across the country in cities like New York, Atlanta, Washington, D.C., and Los Angeles to find a replacement. After 8 months of being a duo, 15-year-old Maryland native Jessica Benson joined 16-year-old Keely and 19-year-old Adrienne. Jessica had experience in singing and performing and did a series of performance rehearsals and meetings with the 3LW team before the decision was made. In a statement, Adrienne and Keely said, "We are so happy that Jay has joined us as the new member of 3LW. In the short time she has been with us, we have become like family. She has proven that she is a hard worker and a fast learner, the exact qualities we were looking for in a third member. We are also glad that with Jay, we can move forward as a positive image for all girls of color. In a statement of her own, Jessica said, "Just a few weeks ago, I was just a high school student with dreams of a professional music career, and now it's all happening so quickly." She made her first public appearance with the girls at the Soul Train Awards, and they even went on tour. But fans and the media questioned the true motive behind choosing a dark-skinned singer that kind of resembled Notori. Jessica appeared in one music video with the group and starred in campaigns alongside the two other members. However, 3LW's popularity had waned by the time she joined, and they were never able to regain their momentum. Adrian and Keely had also signed on to the Cheetah Girls franchise, and the Cheetah Girls became an actual girl group of itself outside of the films, leaving Jessica by herself. Years later, in 2006, when Cheetah Girls were on hiatus, the girls began working on new music with plans of releasing a new album. Later in the year, 3LW released their lead single, Feeling You, but it failed to generate commercial interest, and the album that was titled Point of No Return was shelved, marking the end of 3LW. Keely and Adrian continued as the Cheetah Girls as Jessica faded from the spotlight, which must have been really disappointing for her since she worked really hard to get in the group and had high hopes. What are some other groups that had some crazy lineup changes? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, like this video, and subscribe to BFTV for more content.